Hello, welcome to RPG Hunt. We're going to be running the Blood in the Woods one shot, and we have our two of our players for tonight, which will be Jacob and Tim. There they are. Say hi.
How's it going?
But yeah, we are as known on this channel. We did the setup onto the campaign in here, so they have 2 hours. We're about to start the timer to see as far as they can get. So here we go. So it's starting now. You have basically, guys, you have 2 hours to be able to see how far you can get in this campaign. It's a simple one shot. And so this will be the first one ever on this channel. And so this will also be loaded into YouTube on our YouTube channel as well. So you'll be able to see it all there for replayability and things like that. And if you're going to run it in your home game. So in this one shot, you can put it down, and obviously in any one shot, you can put them into any campaign setting or anything that you want. And this is how this one is designed to be. And so you two are, just starting into adventuring. And so you're heading to the seasonal festival in town. You're about a half day's travel. You're walking down the road. It's very simple, nice, coming into evening time. And you're heading to the seasonal festival that's going on in the town. And as well as that there is a popular up and coming kind of like band. It's called the Fortunate Ones that are playing in the town, and so you wanted to finally go check them out. You're starting into your adventuring days, and so you figure, what's the best adventure than to head to a festival? And so as
First the drinking, then the adventure.
right.
Yeah,
So
they better have that golden ale that they didn't have last year.
that's right. So as y'all are heading in, you as a afternoon, it's still a late afternoon. It's pretty close to. It's getting closer into evening, but you find yourself going down the road, and it is right in that time. And the reason why the seasonal festival is going on, is that it's kind of doing a closeout to the summer and things like that. It's starting to enter winter time, and it's starting to get the colder winds and things like that. And hey, it's November, so it's kind of like how we're going in our lives right now.
Perfect time for a harvest festival.
Correct. Yeah. So as the chill wind stings your eyes, it's time. It's getting to that time to set up camp, and you want to have a place. Y'all are little cheapskates, so you want to. It's easier just to set up camp outside of town. That way you don't have to worry about it. Hey, and if you get lucky, then you can always get a hotel and see if there's a spot at the end. But you also want to have your camp set up, because obviously you don't know if all with the festival going on, maybe all the inns are completely packed and everything like that. They've already been sold out of the rooms, so you might not have room. But this way you're going to have a camp that you can do that. So as you're starting to, you're discussing on creating, you're saying, well, how far, how close we want to get to town before we start setting up camp. And you start into, but with the chill wind, it's kind of fogging your eyes a little bit, and you kind of blink them a little bit, just trying to get some clarity. You see up ahead, there is a gray pile of rags, and of human just standing there. And as you approach up to him, his hood falls back, and you see the colorless eyes as his smiling voice hugs at you like a wool blanket. And he goes, "Praise, I knew someone would come along. Please, can I touch your face to see what you look like?" And so as he reaches his hands to touch your face, and you can obviously see, this person is obviously blind, but what does he feel? Because just like with anybody that's blind, it's like if he could see you, he's saying, what do they? So whoever wants to start, kind of explain what your character looks like.
So he's gonna first reach and stumble again to me, because he reaches out and like hits me because I'm well below his reaching distance. And I grab his hands and guide him across my stubbly beard.
Well, it's one thing is you notice that he didn't stumble at all. Like
Oh, interesting.
he's maybe been blind for a very long time. Like he is pretty apparent. He knew, like he heard you approaching, and then he's just reaching out for you.
Well, I'm a dwarf, so
Is
I'm
he
Right.
armed?
okay.
Let's ask the important questions though. Is he armed? Because I mean, we're walking down the road. It's a little foggy. We got a chill wind, and all of a sudden, there's this like
Pile of
dude in the middle
rags.
of the
I
road
mean,
that's like, well, let me touch your face, boys.
Rag
Like,
man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hi, little girl, want some candy?
Yeah. I'm not eating one of those caramel apples. It's not happening. Harvest
So
Festival,
I'm
no.
kind of a trustworthy sort of person.
That's good.
Versus
Good.
him in my character, and so
That's why you pulled me out of a ditch all those years ago when I was
Exactly.
stabbed in the kidney. Yes.
exactly. So I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, and then I bash their skull in with my hammer if they prove to be the other way around. So I guide him, but I just show him, and of course he's going to probably comment on the size of my nose, which is remarkably, just epically perfect.
Okay.
Being a little bit larger than a third the size of my head. And, I've got the stubbly beard because I lost that bet. So I did have to shave some of my beard off, which was still a source of a little bit of shame, but I kind of wear it like a badge now.
Okay.
And so he knows that, I'm still relatively young for a dwarf, but I've seen a few things.
Okay. Okay.
I step aside to let my friend Jack take his turn.
I'm a middle-aged human with a scar across my nose that I got from being hit in the face with an axe at some point in the past.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. Good. So he feels around your face
What's
and
your name, old man?
oh, I'm Searshin, and would y'all like to join me for some dinner? As I'm sure you're heading to the festival, but maybe we have a camp just right down the road, right off to the side. Is it skidding? And I could tell y'all have seen some things, and any comments on the dwarf's nose, and he is taken back a little bit from the stubbliness of your dwarf's beard, but he doesn't ask because he doesn't want to insult, so to speak, or maybe bring up anything of maybe of a sore subject or anything like that.
I look to Jack for kind of guidance here because I don't trust my gut.
So, Sea Urchin, how many people are you camped with? Like, we have been looking for a camp, and you said we. So, are you?
Yes. I'm sorry. We have a problem. We've lost a member of our party. I don't know if you've heard of us. We are the band, the Fortunate Ones, and we've kind of come into some trouble, and we've lost our singer.
I hope you don't have to rename yourself to the Unfortunate Ones.
Same with me. I hope so too.
Why don't we go meet with you and you can tell us about it and maybe we can help each other out.
I just figured it'd be better to have. I was just hoping that maybe it'd be better to have this conversation over. Maybe if we offer you some food or something, and then hopefully I could see you are kind of the adventuring type, and it seemed I didn't want to be insulting by not, inviting you at least for some evening food before we asked for a favor. Stew. Some delicious stew of
Stew's
everything's
on the list of things I eat.
I have a bag of carrots. If you want some.
and it's not exotic. It is from the forest here.
Awesome. All right. It's got to be better than those carrots. We've been eating those things for days.
I know.
So as y'all follow as you follow the old man, he about 100 feet or so off the road, and it's
Like ahead of it, like he's just going, like he has.
well,
no
he's
problem,
y'all are walking together. He has just some simple gray rags, just simple things that he has on him, and he has a walking stick, obviously to help, and it's up to y'all if as you're walking if you wanted to assist him in walking at all.
Does he appear that he needs assistance, or is he just like cruising through the forest? Like,
He's walking.
Oh, here's a route.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's picking things like as good as if you thought you wouldn't know that he was blind, unless you saw his eyes.
Some Zatoichi kind of stuff going
Yeah, he's been here a while. No,
I comment on his excellent sense of humor about saying that he saw that we were adventuring types.
Well,
very well phrased, sir. Well played.
well, yes, it's once you've lost one thing, and it took a long time to develop, but now it's even I don't have my eyes. It's as if they never left. Everything I see and feel and hear is like if I had eyes. I just get to see it in a way that I want to see it now, and not into the realities of the world.
What do you play in the band, or what do you do in the band? You,
I'm the manager.
Oh, you're the manager.
I handle the money.
Unenviable task, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah, we are a lovely group, and it's really only three of us. We have our singer and a very unique goblin singer, and she's the only one. And then we have Deidre. She is the, I would say, dancer, but she's kind of dual, and she protects us as much as she can. And as he's explaining and very and just settles and answering any questions as you're walking up, you hear a projection from the woods, and you hear this low like stern womanly's voice call out, "Ha ha! I heard you only halfway down the hill this time, old man." And so as you approach, you see this curly haired, wavy, like curly copper hair of this elf, as she turns and looks at you as you approach the
Hail,
camp.
Deidre. Sea Urchin was just telling us all about you. How's that stew coming?
And here you go. Here's your camp.
Awesome.
And
Can we smell the stew?
yeah, and so as you come in there, you also smell some of the stew in the early stages of cooking, where it's just really starting to create a little bit of oil, but you definitely smell the amber coals glowing.
Keratin.
Yeah, and then in between the tents and things like that are here, and as you approach the seer Chans says, well, I'm gonna go tend to if you come with me. And as he walks and he's going with the pot, and Deidre, the dancer, looks over to you, and Seer Shen says, I've let them know about our unfortunate issue with Squeaks.
Squeaks?
Squeaks. It's our
Squeaks.
singer. Yes.
Squeaks, the singer. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
The singing goblin. It's a unique thing. And and if you could please be nice to these, they are here to help. And Deidre looks over to you and she says, you're here to help us. Have you done any adventuring lately? And it's setting you back because she's not unattractive, but she has this like deep voice that is just like She's been pumping iron type kind of thing. She's-
We're talking like pink deep, right?
yeah.
Okay. I like roll with it. Like that's good because that's actually strangely attractive, which is scary in an elf. But I'm gonna be like, I've seen some battles. Sure, I served with a mercenary crew for a bit there. Saw some action.
Okay. What is your specialty, dwarf?
Well, I know how to knock a
Zeus.
few heads when they need to have some sense knocked into them, and I know a thing or two about putting people back together again. A field medic.
Hmm.
Know how to set a bone. Know
Okay.
how to cure poison, certain kinds. I know some of the things around this area that are good for taking care of certain kinds of ailments.
So you know how to fight.
Oh, I definitely know how to fight.
You got any water? I was gonna wash off these carrots before I chopped them up and threw them in the pot.
Again with you and the carrots, Jack. Love those carrots, man.
She pulls out a
Stew, okay.
a water skin
Fair
and
enough.
tosses it at you.
All right.
And
So I'll wash off the carrots and start chopping them up with my dagger and throw them in the pot or my pocket knife, whatever.
so and Deidre's kind of taken back by you. Was it? Well, I guess I should Deidre should. What is your name, dwarf?
Cork.
Cork. And carrot lover over there.
Oh, he's Jack.
Jack, huh? Well, Cork, would you, if you're up to it, little man, how about, can I test your abilities?
What kind of test did you think you had in mind?
Well, and she throws down her like yanks off her gloves like a hockey mask and puts up her fists. Just a little sparring.
Okay. Sure. So
Okay.
I take a look at her like appraisingly. What kind of armor is she wearing?
She's wearing very. She's not wearing like just. She's just wearing like regular clothes, like nothing.
Okay. So I stop for a second. I like give her the one moment, and I set down some gear, set my backpack down, doff the main part of my armor, but I'm not going to take off like all the pieces, just the main. Take the jacket off.
Yeah, and she's looking for very simple, like unarmed combat, like just
That's what
like a
I'm
little.
saying. So I want to I want to be mano a mano, like apples and apples, right? So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. I go ahead and doff my armor and get into the same fighting shape.
Welcome
I
to the
like,
Fortunate Company. Let's wrestle.
It's been a while since I had a good fight. Jack isn't always up for it sometimes, and sometimes he get his blood going and he kind of goes for the jugular, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
it gets a little hard to slow down sometimes once this train gets rolling. So Sea Urchin, like, does Deidre always do this? Is just this coming to town? She's like, let's fight.
It's Seer Shans.
Sea Urchin, yeah.
See-
That's exactly what I've been saying. I don't understand. Yeah, we're here. Have some stew. We want to help. I mean, I'm just.
Yeah. So yeah,
Does
this
the
is.
stew smell good?
Yeah, it's really starting
I'm right
to.
over
It's
it.
really starting to smell like you're
Can
smelling.
I tell what's in it?
Um.
Obviously, I've added carrots.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah. I mean. It's
Is the goblin in the pot?
no.
What I want to know. 'Cause
You
I'm
see, I mean,
hungry.
it's simple stew items. You see
Okay.
some herbs and things like that. Nothing that would ever
This isn't
set
the
off.
Limitations of the Flame Princess game. Where okay, all right. I'm just looking.
Right. Okay.
So can
It's-
thaumaturgy do a variety of other things, but can really literally only do the things they mention in there?
I think it can only do the things it mentions in 5e.
I mean, you can get creative with it, but it can't do harm. It can.
You're gonna get some
Well-
glowy eyes. And be like,
No.
oh.
Well, I can do that because it says you can alter the appearance of your eyes for 1 minute.
Yeah.
But I was actually gonna spice up the stew a little bit if it ends up not being spicy enough for my taste. But I can do that later.
You know,
So,
but that's
yeah.
I think that's a good thaumaturgy thing. Like if I make things spicy, like I can spice up food. That seems neutral enough to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not affecting anybody else except for what I, like I could try to affect the stew for everyone, which I would not do. I would just do
Do
my
you
own
worship
bowl.
the god of spicy food though?
No, but spicy food is my life,
Okay,
along with
that's
drink.
important. Yes, excellent.
So what we're gonna do here is so what we're gonna do first, we're gonna do the fight. So
Okay, let's do it.
roll initiative.
All right, one moment.
Jack, you're not in this one.
No, I'm
Okay.
cooking stew, bro.
Well, no, I did. I guess
Show us
I
your
saw.
nose, Cork. Go, go, go!
A
And
big bad 9.
Yeah, sis boom, brah. I don't know.
oh,
Which
okay.
I would probably let her go first, anyways. Even if I did go before her, like let her make her first move, kind of see what's going to happen.
All like
here.
Keanu Reeves style, with the whole like.
Well,
I know kung fu.
Yeah.
I know kung fu.
I mean, you still have your armor and things like that. And
No, he took off his.
No, I took off my armor and everything.
main part. So
oh, I thought you were just laying down your weapon. As you go to take off your armor, she says, "You don't need to do that."
Oh well,
She just doesn't want you to have a
comfortable that
weapon.
way. Yeah, it's more comfortable that way if you don't mind.
Your choice.
Sure. So I can not like I say everything, but I divest myself of the chain shirt.
we're
Okay.
gonna die at the first, like just at the campsite.
Well, when you're camping, you don't want to wear armor. That's not comfortable to sit in full armor. I don't know if
course
you've
not.
ever worn mail. It's very unpleasant to wear,
Hey,
actually.
I've seen enough of those videos of those dudes in full plate that are like jumping on horses and doing somersaults and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. It's fine. I've been to Ren Fairs. It's not a big deal.
So
It
she
looks very unpleasant.
so she
Chafes.
The chafing.
Chafes.
so you want to let her go first. Is that correct?
If like when we're seizing up, I'm trying to see like what's she going for here. Is she going for like punches, kicks? Is she gonna try to do? Locks?
She's going to go straight for a punch, but you wouldn't
Okay.
know that until
Okay.
Until it happens.
y'all are tied on initiative.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna let her throw the first punch and see because I mean I can't dodge. I don't have good dex, but I just kind of want to get a feel for what she's going for here. I want to know.
So I mean,
get
I
the
see him next to the
rules.
campfire. Like,
No, we
do
move
I-
away. We move a little ways away, right?
yeah, like, am I worried about the stew? Because I don't want them to knock this
Yeah,
over. 'cause
we'll-
I've just been eating nothing but carrots.
we'll
for the
move
past,
over-
like,
we'll
6
move over
days.
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we'll move
yeah.
over.
So I size her up and like get an idea of like her reach because like
Okay.
for example if she's got much bigger reach advantage on me, which I think she's going to,
Mhm.
right? Then I need to get in close and come up under, right? I mean I'm just because my personality is I don't trust my gut, so I'm kind of over analyzing a little. So yeah, I'm waiting for her to throw the first punch.
Yeah, so she is right when she's about to take a punch. She goes, "First one to bleed wins," and she She goes for an attack on
Okay.
you.
So without
14.
So that's let's see. Yeah, my AC is 18 normally because of the armor. Without the armor, it would be that's a hit, I think. Yeah, my dex is -1, so that's got to be a hit. Because I don't have a shield either. So that'd be like 9 AC, right?
Okay.
10 is the default, and -1 for an 8 dexterity.
Yeah, and she rolls back and just clocks you right, like right in your nose, and you start to bleed from your nose. And
Wait.
Jake
I
knows.
still have my action, right? I
if you have
deferred it.
if you have a reaction,
Well, can I use my healing as a reaction? If you're gonna announce the rules
Sure.
while you're doing it, it's fair game to use the spell.
okay,
I'd say. Right?
okay,
So
It's a
so yeah,
friendly-
I'm gonna do cure wounds
okay.
to like just to eliminate the because I mean even if I roll 1 hit point, that's no bloody nose, right?
But she said that the first person to start bleeding was the one that won.
Yeah. So did I bleed before it
technically-
started?
Oh, don't try to turn my words, lady.
She's
Whoever-
the one who said it. Like, look, if she's establishing the rules, we're just trying to remember.
So
the
sh-
awful evil shirt over there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's-
So
Whichever
rather
route.
than do that, I just like go. Let's see. It's going to be that kind of fight. Best 2 out of 3 then, Lassie.
Huh. So she puts her face out. It says, I gotta see what you got, dwarf. She gives you a free hit. Just
Okay.
don't roll a 1.
All right. So I'm gonna use. I mean, I don't. Do I have proficiency in non-weapon fighting? Can I just do I get a bonus for that?
More than likely not.
Okay. So then it's just a straight shot plus my strength, right?
Mhm.
All right. So I guess that's just a d20 then, plus 2. So that's a 6.
To hit? Is that what?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
to hit.
I mean, she very mockingly kind of rolls out of the way, like just kind of moves, and it's like, And she looks and it's like, don't grab your weapons. Maybe I've studied quite a bit, and let's try this. And she grabs a dagger and flings it to the tree, and it just shoot right into the tree. And she goes, and she hands you a dagger, and she goes, try to hit my dagger.
So did you guys really need us to go find Squeaker, or like is Deidre got this under control and we're just eating some stew? Cause like, what are we doing here, sea urchin? I'm just trying. I mean, like, what are they doing over there? Is she always like this?
So 15.
She
Is that a hit?
on the
Dagger. For me to throw a dagger's plus. I got plus 4. Although,
yeah.
actually,
What is your?
I think I should have plus 3. Actually, I think the math on this isn't right because my dex is 8, so it's a -1. So that's a -1 also to ranged, isn't it? I'm not sure, but according to what's on the sheet, I rolled a 15.
Yeah. So what is? You don't have any sleight of hand, right?
No, but I have thaumaturgy, but that's an action, so I can't use it.
Okay, so this one's
Not
kind of
bad.
like a sleight of hand check, but you still hit the dagger. So you grab it from her hand and you just fling it right out of it, and just you kind
So
of
instead of it being like a perfect hit, I hit it, which meets the criteria,
Right.
but it wasn't like a perfect dong and knock the other dagger
Correct.
out or whatever.
Correct.
That kind of thing. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm like, hey, what do you know? The little man's got some juice in the can after all.
Yes. And she looks over at you and she goes, "You got some. You got.
That
I
ties
like
us
you,
up, don't it,
dwarf.
lass?
Yeah, I like you,
yeah.
dwarf." And so while
I
they're
get to pick the third. I get to pick the third thing.
sure,
Third fight. Okay. Let's see who can clap the loudest. Thaumaturgy. Boom. I mean, blam! Like real Hulk slam. It's a clap party, and I
The
just
trees shake.
Yeah.
she looks at you and she bows and she says, "Well played, dwarf. Well played."
So I take out my last wineskin of ale, and I'm like, "Oh, that deserves a drink around for everybody. You got any cups?"
Yeah, and then so as she's kind of walking you over to Jack and Sir Shan's is and so while they were doing this, Sir Shan's was looking over to you, Jack, and he was like, "Yeah, she does this quite a bit. She doesn't get to show off that much during things, and she's very protective, and she's, how can I say, testy, I guess. She's
not bad for an elf.
and
Not
so
bad.
Jack, she Sir looks over to you and the stew and it's cooking. He looks over to you and goes, Would you like your fortune read, young Jack?
I've never really believed in that stuff. What do you do? Are you gonna read the
So-
bumps on my head, or look at some tea leaves in a cup, or what?
So I
do
reach
you
out
do
and
this?
grab Jack by the wrist and go.
Well, this
Careful,
is this
Sonny.
is this is happening while y'all were
While y'all were fighting.
while y'all were
Oh,
fucking
no,
around.
Oh,
And so, see,
divination is dangerous.
and so he
Got some
looks,
chicken bones.
and no, he's got like, he just grabbed some stuff on the ground and threw it, and he's like, "Would you like me to read this?"
Like he picked up like dirt and twigs and shit and just threw it on the ground, and it's then all.
Yeah, he's just
I'm gonna
trying to read a fortune teller.
Interesting. So
Something I
I've
picked up
never
long
seen dirt
ago.
fortune before, but yes,
I think
I'll get
things
one.
lie the way they should lie, and in the time that they lie them. So he starts to look over one of the the twigs that is there. And interesting. And he's feeling around. And he feels, he feels a rock, and then he starts to feel around how the dirt is placed. He goes, interesting. He smiles at you, Jack. He goes, I knew you were the ones. And so for the next 24 hours, you have advantage on charisma saving throws there, Jack.
charisma saving throws.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. My charisma's shit.
You're gonna need that
I'm
advantage.
gonna need it. That's
So just
perfect.
make just make a note or write it on something just so you know you have that. And if it wasn't very, and as you're coming over to you over there, the Deidre kind of had her arms in a very not nurturing or anything like that, but a respectful way on you there, Quark, armed, on your shoulder, and you have gained Deidre's favor.
Camaraderie kind of thing.
Correct. And
Awesome.
you also, she hands you over this berry, and she lets you know. So this one is an everlasting good berry. So it gives you 1 hit point
Awesome.
whenever you want. So you can mark that into your items. So y'all are sitting there, and Stu,
I'll
you're
offer to spice up her stew when it gets ready.
yeah, Stu's just got ready, and y'all are about to.
If she'd like. If anybody would like their stew spiced up, I can spice it up.
Oh yes,
A
yeah,
little knack that I use.
that's. I'm not afraid of the spice.
All right. So I'd make a little show of like a razzmatazz, but then just thaumaturgy.
Okay,
Hand her a bowl.
okay. And y'all sit down, and you go to what is y'all's passive perception? Y'all are starting to eat, so you're starting to eat that your food. What is y'all's passive perception? If you could let me know, please.
13.
Whoops, hang on. I was writing down Goodberry. Oh, I can't or something. I don't know. Hang on. My passive is. Let's see. Where is it at? It's not in the skills. It's
right under senses.
13. Yours is 13. So it says senses. It says perception.
I see it
13.
now.
That
Okay,
will
that's
be
the
your.
passive.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It didn't say passive. So
Yeah, I could write in there passive.
No
It's all
worries.
good.
All right. Cool.
Boom. So as you're starting to eat there, Cork, you notice you start to hear this, like this buzzing sound that's coming from a distance, and it's getting louder and louder and louder.
I mentioned that I hear something flying this way, and like kind of stand up a little alert, like,
You start to look up, and you see approaching the camp are these two winged, like luminescent beetles that are coming
okay.
right for you. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
All right. 15. Oh.
Okay.
It was an
Okay.
18 that rolled off the tray, so that was awesome.
So, Gork, you go first.
Okay. I start off with a bless on my buddy Jack. Got your back there, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Is that a distance or is it a touch?
Let me see. It is 1 action, concentration for up to 1 minute. You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range, whatever the range is 30 feet. So
Okay.
that's going to bless all of you.
Okay.
Because, I'd rather them than me because I don't have the armor on.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the time to don my armor so that way they'll have an advantage. And what it gives them is whenever they make an attack roll or a saving throw before it ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Jack, you're up. Was that your turn?
Yeah, it's 1 action, so there's
Okay.
no point in moving. Well, actually...
Well, yeah, I'm going to let you do... What I'm going to do is your movement... is getting over to your armor and putting it
That's
on.
what I was going to do, is grab my armor and move just a little ways back, like here.
How
Okay.
big are these things?
That they're in the way.
These are pretty good size. Pretty good size.
Like the size of my face, the size of my torso, the size of a horse.
I would say these are the size. I'm trying to think of like boar, but they're
Holy
flying.
Shit. Okay, that's really big.
Well, just for the size. Yeah, I mean for the like a wild boar. I mean they're still a 5 foot thing, but they're pretty beefy.
They're beetles.
This is what you see. Oops. That's what you see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to get ready to fight that shit. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna start donning my armor as my next action, of course.
I'm gonna let them come to me, so I will shoot at the first one with my with my longbow.
All right. Roll an attack.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh, that definitely hits. So, wow, nice. So the first one, switching just so for namesake. So yeah, the first one that you did your longbow, right? So as you knock the bow and you shoot it out. Let me make sure I had this right. Yep. And so yeah, you just slice right into it, and it freaking just drops straight to the ground, and is like luminescent goo is coming out of it, and it is dead.
sweet. Yes.
And you see,
Looks like this one's yours, Deidre.
so Deidre grabs a dagger and flings it at the fire beetle. Hold on. She moves up and very nice. So she flings a dagger at it and hits. And she looks she goes to like fling the dagger at it. She looks back at you and says, "Ain't no thing." And nails the beetle, and it goes flying. It goes down on the ground. It is dead.
So, what happened to Squeaks? Like, how'd she go missing? And I just like take it.
Yeah. I would have finished putting my armor on. I had it like up over my shoulders,
Yeah.
like trying to get it on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look over too, like, yeah, what happened to Squeaks? ching, 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 trying to get it on.
And
The
so
fat
and Deidre comes back, and Sierra Shens looks over you, Jack, and is like, Goblin is Squeaks has been so good with us, and she's been fine this entire time. There's never been a problem. For the first time ever, the other night we got kicked out of town
Out of this
because,
town with a festival?
well, yeah, we were.
A different town.
No, it was this town. It was crazy. Like,
Well, we were coming to see you guys perform.
Yes,
and
yes.
So,
oh, you
man.
were. That's well, we weren't kicked out. We're still invited. It was. They said go sleep it off, and
yeah, they had a bit of the
Squeaks.
there,
Well,
huh?
the thing is, Squeaks was singing. She was glorious, and out of nowhere, she just started acting funny, and she told the innkeeper's mother to have another, and we all. And so all the guys can have another again. I don't know what she was
May
saying.
your
but-
mother have another.
She was definitely in a way of insulting, calling his mother, the innkeeper's mother, a whore. but that so he said go sleep it off, but yeah, I mean we're performers, and especially our goblin singer. She wasn't been drinking. She was on the stage and she was singing, and then she just started going off. I don't know what happened, so we brought her back here, and we put her to bed, and she was fine. We woke up the next morning, and she was gone. And then these beetles have been coming. These beetles have been coming all day on us, and we
really?
we can't leave the camp. We can't. So we figured I could grab the closest adventuring party. Maybe they'd be willing to help us go into the wood. Yes, they're coming in here. We don't know what's out there, and so. We would much appreciate. And it is now well into the evening time at this point. But yes, we would love if you could help us, so we could make sure
I
to
looked at
assure.
Jack like, should we try this at night? I mean, they're glowing beetles. Might be able to easier to find them than during the day.
Yeah. Got leather armor on. I think I will. I'm gonna walk over to one of the beetle corpses, and it was leaking the iridescent, like the luminescent fluid.
Yeah, and your passive, Jack, was 12, right?
13.
13. You're both at 13.
Yes.
Okay, so y'all both notice like a singular eyes staring back at you.
An eye staring
Hold on.
back at us?
So it's like singular eyes staring back at you. Nearly a dozen motes of amber lights form like a serpentine constellation through the wood, fading into the distance of the silence of the redwoods. These like motes that look like potentially where these beetles have come from.
Almost like a trail.
The trail. And as you walk up, Jack, like you notice their ichor, their stuff that's coming out of them is luminescent.
Yes. Which is why I was walking over to them.
Yeah.
And so I want to like scoop some of that stuff up and like rub it on my vambraces.
Yeah. And as you rub it on there, that you are illuminating and you
Does
see,
it glow?
yeah,
Yes.
light. You can rub it on your weapons and anything you want.
How long has she been gone?
No, it's been only 24 hours.
All right. Well,
Or less than 20. Actually, no, it's been since the morning, so maybe about 8 hours.
Yeah.
By the time we woke up, it was late, and me and DJ were hanging out, and we had the drink, and he just starts murmuring.
Yeah.
He's trying to give you an accurate time.
Yeah, you can rest assured we'll try to find her. We'll return with some word or something. Let's go check it out.
Okay.
I have an iron pot. I'm gonna scoop up.
So you, at this point here, as y'all are going to go and follow this trail, you have the option to have Deidre or Seer Shens as a sidekick, or you can take them both with you. Either if you want, and what you can do is if you pull up the combat log, you should be able to, they are friendly, and one of you or both of you can take both of these with you if you would like. And you will each, or one of you will have a sidekick, and I will link them to you once you have made your decision. Deidre, the dancer, is a monk, essentially.
Okay.
Do they want to come with us? Are they indicating like, hey? Cause,
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
So
Like,
we've indicated,
they'd be,
like, hey,
they actually offered, like, would you like us to come with you to assist you, or do you want one of us to stay at the camp to protect the camp? We don't really have.
I mean, I don't, it's your stuff at the camp, you guys.
They really, they're
Yeah, we should leave somebody at the camp.
they're wanting they're reach for your help. So as y'all are more, they are a singer like Deidre's like seen, and he's an old man, and so they've seen some things, they've done some things, but I mean they're capable, but the Seer Shans is mainly looking to you like, what would you like us to do? We're willing to help if you want us to come along, or if you don't, it's up to you.
Well, I was thinking that we were just going to do a little bit of reconnaissance and go look into the woods a bit and see if we could see anything.
Well,
Since you said that since she's been gone, these beetles have been coming to the camp. Did y'all go through her like belongings and tent, and see if there was anything weird or strange?
nothing has moved.
May have been in her possessions.
Nothing has
Was
moved.
there anything in her stuff that like was not that you don't recognize as being hers? I mean, I don't want to just like go digging through. I mean, I don't know what is hers.
Yeah, and Seer Shens and Deidre specifically says, yeah, they went through everything. Everything was left the way it was, like they had it. There's nothing new or different. Like it is, the only thing missing is Squeaks.
It's her. And nobody gave her anything in town. Like y'all saw nothing.
Like she
during the
was
performance?
perfectly fine. Like she was totally normal, and then out of nowhere, she started acting crazy, like different. Or she's never acted before. They brought her back and put her to bed, and they woke up the next morning and she was gone.
Well, I mean,
Had she had some to drink? Had she drunk excessively?
She had like maybe a beer, like for
for a
meet
goblin,
and greets and things like that, like for stuff. And that's why, I mean, they were told to go home, but they're not kicked out of the festival or anything like that because they're an up and coming group, and their main attraction, like they aren't the fortunate ones. They're not anything without Squeaks. Squeaks is the main thing, everything.
The star attraction.
You basically have Deidre as the bouncer, and then she kind of dances because she's an elf and she's beautiful, and then you have Seer Shens as I will protect them, but if you
want to come, I mean,
Okay.
sure, it's your camp and your stuff.
okay.
I thought we'd just do some recon.
So if you click on them and it's the dragon face on the combat thing, you should be able to pull up their stats and things like that, and y'all can each pick which one you would like to be your sidekick. When they're your sidekick, they go into your initiative. They are yours to control. They do the same things as you do. They have very limited things that they can do. But just like with anything outside of combat, identify what they're doing, things like that.
Well, I've been hanging out with sea urchin, so I mean, I can keep hanging out with sea urchin. And Deidre and Cork seem to have hit it off well. So.
Sea urchin.
That sounds good.
I hate you! It's funny.
So how do I get her? Click on her? What?
So I actually do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So, well, I can't.
That sounds reasonable. What Jacob said.
Yeah, so I will link. So, Cork, Deidre is now linked with you.
Okay.
And
Got her pulled up here.
Jack, now
So I'm gonna
Seer
point out.
Shins is linked with you.
So I'm gonna point out to Deidre the luminescent trail that we can see. You said it was in the air, or is it on the ground?
No, it's in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like because they were flying. They were coming in.
Does she see it too?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
especially if you point it out to her.
Okay, well, there's all three of us now that see it, so we're not hallucinating.
Yeah, no,
We're all hallucinating collectively.
Yeah,
so
and she lets you know that. I mean, they've had a few things that have come in throughout the day through
Just
here.
The Beatles, yeah.
Just the Beatles and things like that have come this way, and they don't really mess with. They've not other thing, like it's only been the Beatles. She's never seen two come at once though. She just thought that during the day that they've really haven't been able to see any of this, but now it's the first time they've seen these at night, or it's pretty dark outside, that she sees these things, and as you pointed out and stuff like that, and Seer Shans doesn't really know about it. You let him know, but even though his blindness is great, what he can do, but he can't see luminescent stuff like that.
Sure.
Can't even sense it, but he does put his nose up and smells, and he's like, yeah, that is metallic-y.
All right, so let's start making some headway and see if we can follow this trail.
Yeah, so if y'all could, so how this works is Jack and Cork, you are the main things, the checks and stuff are going to be mainly on you, unless something, specific, and I'll let you know about that. But your sidekicks don't really do the checks. So if y'all, whoever wants to lead or anything like that, I need a survival check from one of you as the leader into following this trail.
Okay, I don't really have that skill, but I can do it because it's wisdom based, and I probably have a better chance. $17.
17. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So, yeah, very good. So, yeah, about half an hour goes by.
Okay.
And as you're leading into there, you come to the edge of a starlit clearing with, in the distance, are more glowing beetles buzzing around a central stone altar. The monolith looks older than all the surrounding forest except the one hulking maple behind it, whose twisted crown casts a crimson radiance from over 100 feet above. And so,
Can I do a religion check to see if I can identify what this might look like, or what have I heard anything about this, or?
I will share this with you here.
Okay. That's pretty blighted.
And so, and then I will bring y'all characters down, and y'all can put them wherever you want, obviously. Just moving. Oops.
Yeah, I'm moving just a little closer so I can get a good look at it, because I'm assuming that there's dim lighting, which I have low light vision. So.
And but let me show you the. And okay. Okay, so you're wanting to do a what?
A religion check to see if I recognize like the ruins or the little altar-looking stone in the front or anything like that. any mention of this or something this might relate to?
Too far really to recognize anything, but
How
you
close would I need to get to see that detail? Do I have to be like right on it, or
y- well, give me you would have to be fairly within probably about 5 feet to be able to make out anything that you can really recognize that is on this altar.
okay? But what about the stones themselves? Like just the whole setup here. Like, oh, that's a druid's temple, or you know what I mean?
It's
Like
hard to make out because you have these four like fire beetles that are there, kind of
flying around,
flying.
buzzing
Well, they're
around.
not flying. They're doing something in kind of that's kind of obscuring your look onto this altar that is here. But you're both able to, if you would like, I could do a perception check if you would like. See what you can
Yeah,
see.
it's worth a try. Oh, you're muted.
Oh,
Sorry, the glow that's up in the tree, is that the same color as the fire beetles? Like, it seems like does it seem like there's more fire beetles that are up in this maple tree?
the glow is. It is a similar a glow, but nothing that would seem. It's like the tree is emitting it itself by its leaf color, and these are known for something that is very in this area is the sanguine wood, and these are the blood maples that are
Some kind of natural phosphorescence. Or
correct.
magical
And these are a
phosphorescence.
lot of the sap is used through that is pulled from these, that is processed to make sweeter honey, and it's a delicacy and things like that that is high priced.
All right.
Things
So
like that.
nat
These are
20, 23 with an adjustment for perception.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you notice that these beetles are currently eating that are right in front of the altar with that nat 20. Yeah, sure. They're kind of like blocking the altar a little bit, but they're chewing on what looks like the remains of a smallish figure. What could be
no.
like maybe a halfling, a goblin, a gnome, a dwarf.
Oh, no.
You're not sure. You would have to get a lot closer to know that.
All right. So I think since that's what we're here to do, I think we should do so. I got one more spell slot today. Should I use Bless now?
I was
or
gonna say, is Bless still active on us? How much time has passed? Because that lasts for an hour, correct?
a
Yeah.
minute, unfortunately.
Oh, it's a minute. A minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a minute, unfortunately.
My bad.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. But I could cast it again. It's
I
my
think-
final spell slot, but
I don't know if guidance is only 6. I know there's one of them that is, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
So since these beetles are distracted, I mean, are we gonna be able to like get off a shot on them? Are we gonna be able to ambush them?
They have not looked at you or anything.
reacted. So yeah,
Sweet.
let's do that first, then I can do Bless afterward if it's
Shoot a motherfucker.
yeah, sounds good. So roll initiative, or just we get one free shot.
Yeah, you would get a free shot.
14.
Okay.
But one shot goes off, and then let's see, make sure. I think
I'm
that
gonna-
hits.
I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty
throw my hand axe at
sure.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that barely hits.
Yeah, that's a miss. 12. So I had to throw
Well,
my
yeah.
hand
So
axe.
soon as the first person that is doing like the sneak attack essentially will work. So, but you because you don't. Yeah, I would say, Corey. So you wouldn't be able to throw your axe yet because they're gonna turn and look soon as one is hit. So,
All right.
Jack, yeah, you hit.
Number 3.
Number
7 points
3.
of damage.
Boom. Yeah, it drops. And soon as it drops, these beetles turn and look at you. Everyone roll initiative. So I've never done sidekicks before. So we'll see how easy this is.
They have
So
the
Ooh,
same
16.
initiative as us, yes?
I would assume so.
Or they roll.
Yeah, they move on our. Yeah. Normally, when you do something like that, they move on your move. Like if you have a mount, or a familiar,
Yeah.
that's normally considered to move when you move or
Okay.
do what you do. You direct them, but they kind of move when you do.
So I'm not sure if the link worked correctly because they are their initiative, but I will write in their initiatives just for now. So anyone watching here, I mean, it's pretty simple. You just click here, and what was your Deidre is with
It's with
Korik,
me.
and yours was a 16,
16, yeah.
and Sea Urchins is an 8 with you. Okay. All right. So since she's with you, you will go first always, and your Cork you will Cork you will first. Deidre will go second, or you can choose. I mean, it's your sidekick.
Okay.
By rules, she would go first if any tie because she has a higher dexterity than yours. But obviously,
Yes.
this is your choice.
All right. Let's see. So she can take the dash or disengage as a bonus action. So she's got a dagger. She can throw it.
Yeah, she has an action, movement,
She only
and
has one dagger, though, right?
do what? I'm sorry.
She only has one dagger, though, right?
Well, for this, she has multi attack, so she has
No, but
multiple.
what I mean is she only physically has one dagger.
No, she can do. She has like a line of daggers around her because she can
Okay,
do two
so-
dagger attacks. She can stab and throw. She
I'd
can.
say with multi-attack, then I would say throw two daggers.
Yeah, and so they're like Chinese stars. Like she can.
She was there, right? So 1, 2, 3,
And she has a 40-foot movement speed.
6, 7, 8. And that's 1, 2. Yeah, that's still within short range, so no penalty.
Right.
So I'd say two dagger strikes.
Well, 20 foot is minimum. She only gets a penalty at 60 foot, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, but still, she's gonna want to be in close in case she's got a melee with him or whatever.
Right.
She seems kind of a gutsy sort of person. So, can I? Oh, I can. Let's see.
So you pull it up, and then on the.
No,
So as you pull up her, there you
there's
go.
1. So that's a 22.
Yep, that hits.
And so that's a 7 damage.
On to which one?
1.
One. Yeah. So she throws a dagger, right?
Yep.
And she gets to it. She has multi attack. Just doosh, like pop pop, as they've done.
And 11, which is maybe a miss.
Yeah. So she throws a dagger and nails the fire beetle one, or the one on the far left, and it goes down.
Okay.
And
2, 3. And then I'm going to throw a dagger. Because I could have her dash, but I don't see any point to it because she can't attack yet. Let's let them kind of come to us. They'll make them move out of their position
okay,
rather than have her go get up in their face.
that's fine.
And then I'm going to throw a dagger because I already threw my hand axe. And that's 23.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And that's a 5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah, as you throw your dagger, kind of, she looks over at you, and gives you okay, and you nail. Which one were you hitting?
3, I think it is. No, 2. Sorry, the
2?
front one. Yeah.
It is dead.
All right.
You nail it. And so is that your turn?
That is the end of my turn. I only get 1 action. So
Okay. So this fire beetle, we'll say, was here. Well, so they're looking and they see they're just it's gonna come for you.
All right.
And then make a...
Good luck hitting an 18 AC.
Shit. It's
Feeling
going...
confident anyway. Yep.
It's going to make a bite attack at you. 19.
Ooh, that's a hit.
And it is... Gonna do 5 points of slashing damage on you.
Okay. All right. That's right at half of my hit points.
Good thing you saved that.
That
That
last
spell.
spell. Yeah.
Woo.
Okay, let me make sure. One spare second here. Well, actually, I just look here.
Actually, if I had used that, I might have hit him.
Yeah.
That D4 could have been just enough.
Yeah,
What did I roll?
I think
11? Yeah. Depends on what I roll on that D4.
Sure.
But still. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
This is fine. I got 3 death saves anyways, even if I couldn't do a heal on myself.
So I hit the wrong button when I was making it. It is 7 points of. I'm not going to fix it now. It's 7 points of damage to you. It's 1d6 plus 1, and I rolled a 6. So it's plus 1, not minus 1. I don't know why it, and I can't. I'm not going to worry about editing it now. So
Okay, so I made the change. It's 7 hit points.
Okay.
So that's a serious bite. That's a nasty.
All right. So it's turn. Jack, you're up. Or Seer Shens is up. Whoever you want. And so also Seer Shens, also if you didn't notice, has potent ability, so he can also change. You can roll 2 d20s, just mark those down, and then at any point in time you can change someone's check, attack, saving throw, doesn't matter, anything that involves a d20, you can change it to be whatever those, if they're two real high d20s.
He's a diviner. Yeah, Portent's pretty cool. We were doing that in the playthrough for Black Sands.
Yeah, so anytime that if you want make sure something hits and someone in your party misses, you can change that d20 or
to what yours is, yeah, sure.
Or to whatever one of those two. You can do that 2 a day. So you can roll. Just so I meant to tell you that. But
okay. Cool.
Well, then.
It's there in his stat sheets, but if you've never messed with it.
I'd go ahead and roll those then and document what they are. Just because in theory he already did that. I mean, he would have done that when he woke up today.
Yeah.
Sure. And do I have? Is his attack going here? Okay, I don't have an attack for him, so I just need to roll a d20. Sorry, I was looking for like the automatic roll.
You can, if he's got an attack, you just click on the.
Yeah, his actions, under his actions that are there, but then on spells, yes, they are a little bit different. You are correct.
So, attack. He moved up and attacked with his quarterstaff since I missed with my longbow, and he's gonna hit it with that. And so, oh, I see, like that. Okay,
Yep.
Got it. So, what was the 19 to hit? So that hits. So then,
Okay.
I guess we'll say the used with 2 hands because I don't know why he wouldn't do that. Ugh!
Yeah, so Azir comes up and just comes down and nails this thing and brings it flying to you hit like right on its body, and the part of the staff kind of like lunges right into the beetle, and it connects with it, and it just comes down with it and smashes on the ground, and it kind of explodes on the ground, kind of over everyone but Jack, it kind of splatters more of this ichor all over you.
Korik, you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Looked like that had some chompers.
Hey, those mandibles cut pretty deep.
Yeah.
So I look around. Do I see any sign that any of these other insects are showing up? Because if not, then I will heal myself. But if I see other effects, I might want to save that bless for us to like run away.
Yeah. So as you see right at this point right now, it looks
safe.
silent. And sorry for everyone. Let's get some nighttime noises going.
I heal 1 hit point.
What were they eating?
Do what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go check
What
out
were
what
they
they're
eating?
So yeah, as you come up, you notice this goblin that is there, been pretty picked apart with these things, and
I asked Deidre if she can identify the clothing or any articles or like jewelry or anything
yeah,
that might tell us authoritatively who that is.
yeah. Deidre walks up and see her changes, and they come rushing up, and Deidre actually comes in and like slides like she's sliding into home plate, first base, not first base, but second base, whatever, like stealing at base, comes sliding in, she's checking and she's looking, and she goes, hey, it's not Squeaks. It's not Squeaks. It's not Squeaks.
Oh, thank the Lord. Oh, so good. So I'm gonna sit aside like while she's like checking that out and y'all are looking. Can I make a medicine roll to see if I can? I forget what medicine does exactly. Can it heal me a hit point?
You've got that good berry.
Oh, that's true. I do. That's 1 more hit point. And also, I could use a hit dice to get some hit points back. Because I got a feeling there's going to be something else that's going to come along.
Does this altar look evil now that we're closer to it?
So as you approach,
Yeah.
you notice a few things.
Now I can make a religion check?
One second.
Okay.
So, as you approach, you notice that is the music too loud for y'all? Just want to make sure. Okay.
No, it's okay.
All right. So as you approach this, as you're approaching here, you're noticing the tree has a 4-foot vertical crevice that is on this tree.
Like leading down beneath the tree?
Vertical, like up and down.
But like you can go into the tree.
It's just a crevice. It's a small like indentation, not like a doorway or anything like that. That you can tell. This goblin that is here, and Deidre points out that Squeaks never had a tattoo. Squeaks never had a tattoo, and so this goblin has many red tattoos all over it, and the altar,
glowing red tattoos, like similar to the fire beetle, like
not
or just
they're not
red?
glowing, but similar color.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then you notice the altar is covered in strange ruins.
Do they match the tattoos?
No. And then there is a black ruined book that sits on top of this altar.
I'm going to start off with don't touch that book
I was
yet.
gonna say, do we have a torch?
Well, y'all are all this is actually the tree itself is illuminating this entire area.
Yeah,
so
but
you're
he's
able
talking about a torch for other reasons.
To burn the book, bro.
Oh.
But first, let's see if I can figure out what it is. I kind of put all the pieces together and make my religion.
Well, so what are you looking at the ruins?
The runes on the book and on the altar to try to kind of piece together. Like,
Okay. I'll let you keep that 14, but I need for the ruins, I need it to be an Arcana check.
Okay. $11.
Oh no, did you have any? I said I'll let you keep the 14. Did you have any pluses?
Oh, 14 then.
Okay, it's a 14. Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't have Arcana.
So
But it's intelligence based, and I don't have any bonuses there. So
okay. So what you notice is you check the ruins, and you're checking the ruins, and then you're looking at the tree. And the tree on the sides of the crevice is the same ruins that are on this altar.
okay, so somehow they're linked, or the altar is
Yeah, and you're seeing dry ichor marks that are next to it, and you're understanding that possibly with applying this would be something might happen. But you're seeing a connection with this altar and this tree. And if you
How many
actually
runes are on the altar?
and hold on, and you also notice that you determine here is that this is a druidic ritual sacrifice to the forest blood maples.
Yeah, not all druid magic is lightness and good. I mean, there are fell druid ritual.
Nature is metal.
Yeah, metal as fuck. Yeah, that's true. I mean, eat their own babies and that sort of thing. So yes.
Mother
So
Nature's
I'm gonna
a
be like,
bitch.
yeah, but I'm thinking that this book is probably of sufficient kind of magic to where fire's probably not going to cut it. But we can light a torch and see if it does burn.
You could do it on
Yeah, burn the
Arcana
book.
check if you would like on the book.
We don't
Or
want to touch the book.
no,
Well, I'm not gonna
but
touch it, but I'm
Arcana
gonna
check
take it.
is just examination.
8.
And if C or Shans wants to do one. Same
Sure,
thing.
why not?
I mean, I don't know that he should be touching this book on an altar in the middle of the
Well,
forest.
just like an Arcana trap, right? You're using Arcana as a visual aid to help identify, but you're not touching anything.
But he's blind, so I don't know how he's gonna be able to do anything.
We can describe it.
with the
We can
book.
describe it to him.
Oh, see if he's heard of anything.
If
Yeah,
it jogs, if
fair
he's
enough.
heard of it.
I mean,
So what does it
he
look like?
he just hit a beetle with his staff, his quarterstaff.
Yeah, no, of course, but it's a black book covered in runes that's on top of an altar covered in runes. We're pretty sure it's druidic based on what Cork was able to determine.
Are the runes on the altar? Are they carved or painted?
They're carved.
So we could bring him over to it and let him touch on it and say these are the runes that are on the book. They're similar ones.
Well, touching the altar might be just as bad of an idea.
Yeah, but we can knock them out if we have to. I have a hammer.
Sure.
So, Seer Shins is
And we described the whole
he's
scene.
yeah,
there
and
to him as
he
well.
and he kind of as you're explaining to him, he kind of stops you, puts his hand. He's like, "It's okay, child. I can see it. It's very magical. Let me see if I can define where this has come from." And go ahead and roll a d20. Actually, you can do a
15.
what's an intelligence check. So,
I did an Arcana check for him.
oh, you did.
Inside
Okay.
his Stats. You could just pull it off the sheet.
Oh, perfect.
I
Okay.
figured out how to do that. I know how to use the tool now. Fantasy Grounds.
So yeah. This is he explains to you that this is the Ruin Conjurer's Grimoire. This is a rare, wondrous item. It is
Altar?
no the book.
I still think we should burn it.
He doesn't want to pick it up, or he doesn't want to touch it, but he does know that there's abilities in here over time of being able to read and learn it. To simply, he's to be able to conjure animals. This is not a. It's a rare item. It's not a dangerous book. I mean, in the wrong hands, anything is dangerous. In the right hands, it's not dangerous. But this is to conjure animals.
Well, then we can't leave this out in
Well-
the woods by itself. We need to hide it, or take it with us and give it to the right people.
And if you could give him a. Actually, he would ask you. If you, Jack, if you could give me a nature check, if you would, please.
What am I checking? with nature?
He's asking you questions about the symbols on the tree. And he's asking you specific symbols for specific things. I just want to see what you can see and how you would explain it. Okay. So, from what he's known, he asks you if there's some kind of any stick figures or things, like simple things of figures that are on this tree, and you explain to him that you do notice that there are some simplistic stick-like figures that are on here, and he lets you know that this book could have been used, or not could have been used, but it's been known to exercise conjured spirits. That's it.
I'm sorry, I'm very confused. So the book can teach us to summon animals, but it can also be used to conjure or to banish spirits? Or...
Correct.
Okay. But it's not gonna like eat us if we touch it.
He
Cool.
says
Now I'm gonna pick up the book and I'm gonna
no.
put it in my backpack.
Yeah, he's like, there's nothing that can eat it or eat you. It's not a. He tells you that basically explains is that this book is of its simplicity and it's a rare item, but it is simple. But if you want to conjure a simple pet to come sit next to you, or they can conjure it, like it's all in the person that uses it. If it's dangerous,
Yeah, of
it's really
course.
not dangerous.
No, the concern was, I mean, if you touch certain books, like the evil seeps into you, and so one doesn't want to do that. You want to,
Right.
you know.
Correct.
So we're good. Okay, so there's runes on the tree that are on either side that are around this crack, and those runes that are on the tree match the runes that are engraved around the altar. Yes?
That is
And
correct.
some of the runes have like ichor residue in them, or it appears like some sort of like reddish ichor residue. Is that the runes that are on the altar, or is that the runes that are on the tree?
They are a mirror of one another.
Yes, but where's the ichor? Is the ichor on the altar, or is the ichor on the tree?
On the tree, around the crevice.
On each of the runes?
No, it's just there's smearings in different spots that are not. It's not literally like a placed on runes. You notice there's smearings on around the crevice.
Okay,
but
so
not
they've painted in ichor around the crevice.
not all the way around it. It's just like smearings that's been dried.
Okay, so fire beetle ichor is not going to be the key that opens up the crack that lets us into the tree to go through the hole.
It's
Because like because it seems like we should paint
well, part of
we
this.
should paint stuff either like on the
So,
tree. That's my thought.
as
If
as
it's just like smeared crap, then that's different.
as the check already made that you've seen that there is multiple of you've seen dried up like ichor, that it's long lost its luminescence, and then you also see blood smearing, and yeah.
All right, Jack. I think I know what's going on here. I think I pieced it together.
What you got, Cork?
So, our goblin friend here found the book or stole the book. Don't know which. Brought it here out of the way to learn about it and understand it. Figured out some of its magics. Used it to summon these beasts.
They ate him.
And then lost control of them because his power wasn't great, or her power was not great. Left the book on the altar. The beasts killed him in his attempt to flee, possibly, or whatever, or control them. He killed him and had been nibbling on him for a while, but he used the tree somehow feeds the power to do those things when you don't have the power to do it yourself.
Give me a medicine check, if you would, Tim, on the goblin.
Sure. One moment. Oh, nat 1. Owie. So,
Yeah,
6, but that's auto fail.
yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
You know that this goblin is male. That's about as much as you can determine.
17.
Are you doing another check?
Sure, you said keep going.
You said keep going. Yeah.
Oh, I meant like keep going with your explanation. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That would have been a way better one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like I'm not sure that's how he died though, because things don't look right. I mean, why are there painting on him?
Well, it's tattoos though.
Are they tattoos or just like because some people can like crush up a berry and like paint on themselves, and is there a way to tell?
Well, at least give me a dwarves and one of you give me a history check.
We're looking at this like deceased creature's limbs, and we can't tell if it's been painted on or if it's a tattoo.
No, it's a tattoo, and I guess yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you would know that.
I don't need to know necessarily what it is. The question was like, is it painted on or is it a tattoo?
I have 6 for my history, so not so hot.
I mean, you would
I have
know
a soldier background. I don't have a historical background.
of goblin tribes that they. One of the multiple things that the sap can do, and one of the things that don't know if maybe this was the purpose of this goblin that just came here, was that you would know that this blood ichor sap is what a lot of these goblins utilize into tattoos, what they use as the ink for tattoos.
Then it makes sense that it would try to do that. Like the tree might have had nothing to do with it.
Well,
He could have just thought putting the stuff on the tree would like have some effect, like imitate monkey see, monkey do. What happens when I draw these on a tree, right? And then he just happened to luck out to summon something, but didn't know what he was doing.
Well,
He summoned a bunch of these things.
they would pull the sap out. They don't. It's
Yeah,
like
so
you taking
walking
sap from a
around-
tree making gum. I mean, you're not gonna put ruins on a tree to do that.
yeah, walking around and looking at a tree, like, are there any locations where it looks like it's been cut repeatedly in order to get the sap out of it? Like, is there a tap, like a full-on maple syrup kind of?
Yeah. So as you look around this tree, you see indentations, but nothing that is indicating like a sap. Only thing that you notice anything from is the crevice, like a specific crevice that is there.
Okay, let's examine that a little more closely.
That's the one that just has like random smearings on either side of it.
Well, yeah, there's the crevice, then on the sides of the crevice are ruins matching the altar, and then there's dried smearings on both sides and random, like no specific like on this.
Are the runes that are on either side of the crevice, are those painted on or are those carved into the tree?
They are carved into the tree.
Okay.
Ooh, maybe it's some of the
And
things
so there
from
was-
the tree.
There was ichor that's dried up. Is that ichor in the carved runes area?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. What you notice is it doesn't seem like it's been trying to fill the ruins. You just see
Okay.
random smearings on the left and right of it.
Got it.
Does it touch some of the ruins? Yes, but it's
Sure,
not
but
specifically
it doesn't
about.
yeah.
the
We're not
ruins.
gonna like paint the runes. Okay, but on the altar where the stuff is carved, like, is there dried ichor on the runes that matches the runes on the trees?
It's clean,
The altar's clean,
but
Okay.
very old looking. It's the oldest thing that's looking through here.
Okay.
Looks like a door cord. What do you think we should do?
I
You
think
have
we
an
should
axe.
use I do, but I think we should use the pole to see if it's like, if we can probe it. He's got a quarterstaff. We can poke in there and check it out.
Seer Shans, you want to poke a tree with your staff?
Sorry.
You can poke it if you want. I mean, it's not hard. So yeah, he pokes it.
Do it, Beavis.
He pokes it, and the staff goes into the crevice. Nothing happens. It's like hitting wood.
So there's no gap inside there that's beyond it. Like it doesn't go in there fully. It's just like tunk, tunk, tunk.
When it hits it, does it sound hollow in that gap?
No, sounds like hitting a stud.
All right. Huh.
Bears in these woods. Just like your camp.
Yeah, I hope we don't encounter a bear. That's bad.
Someone give an Arcana check, if you would. Someone that is proficient in Arcana, if it's your.
Seer Shans is, I think. I'm not.
All right, blind sidekick. Give us the answer.
Okay.
11.
11.
He is putting his hands around, and he's feeling, and he's like, and he lets you know, seems like it's something of a. There is magic on this area. It's like I would say, a private sanctum spell.
Interesting.
The door is closed.
So how do we open it? Maybe the book has some way to do it?
He's like, what is around the crevice?
We take I'll go grab one of the beetle corpses and smear the ichor, fresh ichor, on either side of the, like, just like jam the broken in part front end, like, and like, bleh, bleh.
Okay. So as you do that, you sit there and you wait. Nothing. Nearly a minute.
Some kind of words, Noctu, Barada.
But
those words.
nearly a minute passes
Okay.
before
So I'm
you.
kind of wandering around, like, okay, this isn't working.
You start to hear this, and the soft hissing starts to come from the crevice. Then a long crack, like an old floorboards, that ends in firewood splitting. Crack! And it
Look
Cork,
at Jack.
you broke it.
a cough of humid metallic air hits your face as slowly the edges of the crack roll inward, and the black.
Doors open. Should we go in?
Yeah, and basically
I've
the
always wanted to fuck a
black
dryad.
maw of this ancient creature welcomes you like a door has opened.
After you, sir.
Is the ichor on my arm still glowing? The
Yeah.
fire beetle.
Yeah.
Juice.
I have a light cantrip, by the way, as well, so that's not going to be a
Let's
problem.
go.
All right.
Are there stairs that go down?
So as these,
Is it a spiral staircase?
let me explain it to you as what you see. So,
All right.
so as you walk in, red mud.
Maybe I don't want to walk in. That's the thing. Like I want to
Oh,
look with my
as
eyes
you
first
look,
because-
you see a stairway that is a slope of stairs that are leading straight forward down.
Like a meandering stair.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right.
Or is this like Tom and Jerry with the stairs going down to a flaming pit?
I mean, you see stairs that go off, and you see an opening off in the distance, but of simple stairs that go straight down.
Into the
Okay.
tree.
Onward, friends, to find Squeaks.
So as your feet squish in the red mud of this cramped, dark hollow,
They're
Y'all-
blood stairs?
huh?
No, he means at the end of the stairs. Once we're down at the bottom of the stairs, it's like muddy.
Okay.
Oh, the stairs are this. It's like this damp ish, and as y'all come in there, the door snaps behind you, shut.
I've always wanted to fuck a dragon.
Now you're gonna find out.
Now, did you notice deep down in the tunnel, and as you're moving closer, you start to see a faint red light flickering.
Can we see anything on where the door was? Like, is it totally closed? Are there runes or anything?
There are the same runes as you look back and you pull up your wrist and you
Yeah.
look. On the other side of this is crevice, or where this door is shut, and you kind of see the same crevice that you saw outside. The same ruins are behind it, are on this other side that you saw there, with dried ichor and things like that, of blood, in different locations, but the same kind of smearing. Same thing that you saw on the other side, but the ruins are perfectly mirrored on this side.
Sweet.
Okay, so there's maybe a way to get out of here.
So that right.
And as you
Okay.
approach,
Onward.
this faint red light flickering, and you're hearing music. Yes,
Okay.
a
Happy music.
thudding percussion
Saxophone.
and a shrill voice singing and laughing from below.
All right, that's encouraging.
Deidre, is that Squeaks?
I mean, some of her words, but it's not her voice.
Not her voice.
All right, let's proceed with caution.
Oops. And
What?
I said, oh, one second.
Oh, okay, I was like,
Just bear with me here.
nothing but us crickets out here.
And that nice little background saxophone. It's just that little bit, or maybe that's a trumpet, muted trumpet.
I'm going with like an oboe or.
An oboe.
The time has paused for this minor fixture. Okay. All right. There we go. Fixed. Sure you see what you see, so I don't have to do it. Random owl. Okay. And
like an asylum or something. Oh, here we go.
as you come up, you see the light and sound of boom as it ascends and comes to the edge of a dome-like chamber.
Okay.
About 40 feet across,
We're
around.
over there on the eastern side.
You're going to be coming in, yes, correctly, through that
Okay.
opening. I can...
Okay.
The spire lies to the east. To the east.
I'm just throwing you all here. Oh, no, you're already there. I don't know where Deidre is. Oh, there she is. Okay. So, around, you see around a smokeless, bright red bonfire. Several wooden figures, drum on their chests and dance in around this area with a goblin warbling joyful song.
Huh. Okay.
And Deidre, is this how y'all are coming in? Are y'all set like this? Is y'all can adjust
what I
your...
was thinking in my mind's eye was it's like two of us walk in, but then the other two kind of walk in and spread out, like because we'd want to survey things and you can't see through somebody, so you would naturally just kind of walk to the side of them, like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I mean? Like as people enter a room, they kind of file in,
Yeah.
kind of spread out. That's what I was thinking.
So, if this is how y'all come in, and so Deidre says, as she's walking in, she's like, "That squeaks."
Oh.
And so you see, this goblin feature, or this goblin that is here, dancing around, with a blue cloak, and a purple cap with hanging pearls. She looks over to you, and you come to join me. You come to dance and sing with me. Praise squad.
I looked at Deidre like, okay.
And she's like,
Eat some kind of snack.
that's not her voice.
I don't know yet. I have to go in there and figure it out.
So it's not her voice, but that is Squeaks.
Hey, Squeaks.
Okay.
I think Squeaks is not the only person in Squeak Town, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. And she just keeps singing.
Yeah, and she's telling you to come along and dance with her.
I'm gonna resist that impulse for just a second till I kind of get a feel for who her buddies are. Because like the lighting's not so good in here, right?
Oh, it's bright light.
Oh. And they're like...
It's just a smokeless flame that is coming off of this. And so...
Yeah, okay.
She...
We're in the Black Lodge.
He'll crack me up.
So like I look over to like Deidre and Sears, like, are we supposed to take her and like take her out of here?
Like, are they saying anything, or they're just kind of standing there? I mean, because this is their friend.
Yeah.
We've seen her. She's doing weird shit. Like,
yeah, and she's like,
what is Deidre and what's Seer? What are they doing?
They're...
Are they responding in any way? Like, is Deidre crying? Like, my friend? Or, like, what?
They looked confused.
We are confused.
They know that this is not the loving, like, she doesn't talk like this. She doesn't.
Squeaks, darling, we're so glad that we found you. Like, come on with us.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
Just gonna go back to the
about to
camp.
start. The show's
Yeah.
about to start in about an
Yeah,
hour,
yeah,
and we
the
don't
show.
have much time. We need you to
Yeah.
hurry up and come with us.
Yes, yes,
She's,
yes.
the show has started. Come dance with me.
So I'm thinking we're gonna have to take her out, like, physically, bodily, so to speak. We could try and see if it turns into a fight.
Yeah, and the flame doesn't appear to be a real flame. I mean, it's a flame, but it's not.
Consuming the wood.
There's
that
no
it's burning.
smoke, and it's is the stuff underneath burning, like for real, or is this just a
An enchantment.
yeah?
It seems like it's burning.
So it seems like it's burning. All right.
Well, I'd say we back out of the room
Mm-hmm.
and discuss our options here. Like, do the little back up over here and let's chit chat. Let's discuss amongst ourselves what to do.
And as you start to move backwards,
Yeah.
she looks over towards Jack.
Stupid tall human. Don't you get tripped up on your bow, cause you're da-da-da-da. Come, if you don't want to dance, I'm gonna kill you. You're stupid.
And she casts vicious mockery on you.
Okay.
You can give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Which, yes.
12.
And that is. Oh my god, it doesn't tell me the same.
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
And so.
You hurt my feelings.
My spleen.
Yeah, but what is
You
the.
hurt my feelings.
Vicious mockery.
So what is the. If he has to make a wisdom saving throw, it's against my.
Spell attack. So if she's got that spell, she's gonna have at first level she'll have like 13, I think. Because plus 2, 11 plus 2, and then if she's higher level, it goes up from there in increments. It's like a contested thing.
Right. I did not have what I had to. Okay, so okay. So on this, okay, so it pulls it up here for me. Actually, when I click on it, it is so it has to just beat my wisdom. Okay. So, as it tells you this. You shrug off the effect, and that enrages her, and she just
Stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
she goes, Jack. And so everyone to roll initiative,
Squeaks,
Oh,
you're the
it's
singer,
a-
not the dancer, girl.
and you see these twig blights. This is what they look like, so you know.
Those don't look very happy or
Looks like a
friendly.
Chicken mouth.
Chicken
We are
wood.
druid spawn. Like, come on.
Chicken wood.
Chicken wood. Come on, chicken wood. Let's go.
I don't know why that gets me, but it does.
Love it.
All right.
We got 3 minutes.
Yeah, you're. Well, no, we started after 7:30, so you're about 15 minutes left. Just a heads
All right.
up. You're at the 15-minute
Okay.
warning.
All right, so I rolled a 15.
I rolled 17.
Nice.
Okay. Wow, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, Jack, kick some ass.
So we
Put 'em in the
will
f- Push
start.
one of them in the fire.
We will start with the twig blights.
Oh, they go first, huh? That's
This
not
time.
fair. They're cheating.
Yeah. 20-foot range. And I don't believe they have. Okay. That is their turn. And so, Jack, you're up next.
Which square is Squeak in? Like, because she's kind of in 2 right now, which is fine. But I was just
She hasn't gone yet, but we'll just say
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, she would have been. They were kind of dancing around her, so that was how I was trying to make the. That's where she is. Jack, you're up.
Yep. Sorry, just trying to. All right. So the blind seer going to be like, "Squeaks, my friend, move back!" He shouts, and then drops a thunder wave right here in the middle of everybody. Like, boom! So it's in a 15-foot cube, and
Okay.
so then
Okay.
everybody 15, yeah, it's a 15-foot cube, so that's everybody that's there but not us.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make a constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. I'm just going to roll 1 dice, and so that is a 15 for the. Well, I guess I should roll all different ones for each one, right? That's the only proper
It
way to
depends
do
on
it.
how you want to do it.
Yeah. So there is 5 of those. So I got a 15 on one. What is the save on it?
I have no idea where it has it written for this.
Okay.
We don't know what his level is, so it's going
He's
to be at
level-
least.
He's level 1.
Okay, so then it's
He's a level
13
one
at
cleric.
best, I think.
He's a challenge rating 2 though.
Yeah.
So on the saves, I have a 15, 2 criticals, a 2 and a 5, or a 3 and a 6. Sorry. So I know the 3 and a 6 lose. The 2 critical. What happens on a save?
You take half damage.
So roll your damage.
So it's 9 points of damage
9 points of damage. So things
for
that hit.
everybody, or half. Yeah.
Does that include the? Does that include? I would assume that it does include the goblin, right?
It does. It does include the goblin.
Okay,
because
so
it's everyone. So if they save, they stay where they are and they take half damage. If they did not save, they're pushed back 10 feet and they take 9 points of damage.
Yeah. So you come up. Okay. So 9 divided by 2 is.
Either 5 or 4, depending on which way you want to go. Dungeon Master.
We'll go with the 4 point. You don't have a round down, do you? No.
Well, if it's a half, you round up.
Yeah. So 5
So it's
points.
So
Point
5
5 would be 5, yeah.
So as Seer comes up, he does his 15-foot tone, and all the twig blights, even some of them that didn't even move, explode. Like every one of these things.
Wiped out.
God, fuck Thunderwave.
Yeah.
It's a great spell.
And it's just, and then, but the
Squeaks!
goblin moves back, what, 10 feet, right?
Did she fail?
Huh?
She
Yeah.
failed her.
She
throw-
failed.
Yeah, she moves back 10 feet.
Boom.
That's fine.
And it's
No,
probably
actually,
not
no, she didn't
prone.
fail. She doesn't move if she didn't fail, right?
That's correct.
Oh,
If she
wait.
didn't fail, she takes half damage.
Half
Right,
damage.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Sorry,
so
yes.
she succeeded. So she stays where she is, takes 5 points of damage.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. If I vote, so okay. She's not looking good. Okay. Alrighty. So that was 0. So Jack, you're up.
I'm going to charge at her, and I'm going to try and grapple her. I don't know. I mean, should we? That's the
You can
thing
do
about
subdual
5e
damage.
stuff. Like,
You can do damage at subdual. They have a subdue damage.
yeah,
And if you exceed her hit points, then she's
Ooh,
gotta make
actually-
con saves or she goes under.
Actually, hold on. I need Seer to do. I forgot about this. I need Seer to do a before it takes any. I need Seer to do a charisma check, if you would please. A charisma saving throw. Sorry.
His charisma's not very good.
Okay, that actually that worked. Okay, and so you charge her and you're trying to grapple her.
Well, no, I wasn't sure. That was what I was gonna ask, because obviously this is the person we're looking for. I don't want to kill her, but if I just run over to her and charge her and like say I was successful at like grappling her, I mean,
Well,
Her
a grapple
body-
is opposed strength, and so then it means she has to beat your strength, and then otherwise you've got her held. She can't
Right.
move, and she's disadvantage on everything.
So wait, actually that didn't work. So she actually fixed that. She didn't take any damage. Actually, yeah, she didn't take any damage. She used
Oh.
one of her reactions.
what did she do? Like,
Oh, she's thiefy, so she can take no damage if she makes her dex
Well, she
instead of half.
used a reaction called Reversal of Fortune.
Oh, cool.
okay,
Yeah, but
Then
we
I
still
get-
got rid of the twig blikes. That was still a good outcome.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Well, then I guess I'm just gonna shoot her, take her down a notch.
Okay.
I don't know. You should come with us, Squeaks, he said as he then shot an arrow, not to kill her, but just to try and wound her.
Okay. 14 hits. Wait, yeah, it hits, and I need you to make a charisma saving throw, if you would, please.
All right, and then the seer gave me whatever. It was a +2 to my charisma saving throws, or I roll them with advantage.
Oh, yeah, you roll them with advantage.
Nice. That mind is like a steel trap.
So 13.
13. You can always just click the advantage button and then roll your d20 on the save, and it will. Oh, it just automatically will take that. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
you pass. Okay. Okay, yeah,
Ow!
you pass. So you hit her, and how much damage do you do?
11.
11 points of damage.
Yes.
Can you do subdual with a piercing weapon?
We got a cleric. It's fine. Just run up and heal her.
So you pull back your bow and you fire it. It goes, and you notice the goblin puts her hand out and tries to look at you, and and you just look. You kind of shrug her, and she kind of looks back, and she looks back at her twigs that are on the ground and all of her blights, and and then the arrow fires and nails right into her, and she drops dead to the ground. And then you notice this spirit float up above her and look at you and tells you, "This isn't the last time you're gonna see me." And she just flies up in the air and gone.
Korik, help!
And you see, and you notice that this goblin that's lying on the ground is, the color has come back to it, but is laying, not moving.
All right. Medicine?
You can try to go stabilize it.
That's what I'm going to do.
You also have a good berry.
Yeah, first I'll stabilize her, then give her a good berry to give her 1 point.
I think if you just give her the good berry, that just like
Ooh, Jacob's video just did some weird things.
Yeah, I got. Oh, this is my video connection that is lagged for a second. This happens every night at this time.
oh no, the lag has killed us.
Yeah, whatever's going on. Let's give it a second. It'll come back, I think.
Yeah, remember when we were running that play test? There we go. We're back and good.
Came back.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, lag spike. Okay, so I'm going to do a medicine to stabilize her, and then I can give her a good berry, which will give her 1 hit point, which will put her back in good position.
Okay. Go ahead and give her give me a medicine check.
Holy crap. Portent.
There you go.
Important. That was a 15, actually.
Boom. She is
Okay.
stabilized.
Yes.
And
Here's our friend.
you
And then I give her my good berry.
give her this good berry, and then you feel immediately as you stabilize this goblin, this beautiful color of green and light green eyes comes back, and she's coming awake, and she's looking around, and she's coming up, and then what you've known of goblins, especially of anybody, knows that they are. And then she's like, "What has happened?" And she looks around and notices
Surrounding.
did we move? Like, last thing she remembers is singing on a tavern, like in a tavern. That's the last thing she remembers.
You've had a bad couple days, Squeaks.
Yeah, rest. You'll be fine. I give her a little bit of water from my skin, to wet her whistle there and prop her up.
And she takes a little bit, and Deidre and rushes over and then walks back to Seer and Seer Shans and brings him over to her and have a rejoiceful reunion. And if give me a Arcana check on Seer and
16.
Seer. So yeah, Seer looks over, notices that, and remembers the goblin they saw outside, and realizes, from especially the spirit they saw, this was realizing that in putting the pieces together, that this must have been a conjuration spell that brought this goblin must have brought forth a arcane trickster, possessed his body, But when he died, it goes to the closest goblin around, and she's the only one.
She was the only goblin nearby, or the closest.
Yeah.
That makes sense, sir. Yes, indeed, it does. Unfortunately for us, but that also means that this trickster still is on the loose. We need to capture this spirit somehow.
Got to exorcise
The demons.
Send it back to where
Yeah.
it came from.
So with 4 minutes left, the party has finished, and y'all go back to your thing. And on here, if you were to use this, is really cool. If you were to use this as a one shot, you can have the maybe not to be your big ending demon or whatever you want it to be, but you can actually use this. This is really cool, and a very introduction into maybe a mid-range baddie that is a starter into things. So now the party would have a reason to maybe search out for this and to look, and they can discover there's some cool stuff they could have found into here. There's loot that is in here.
What's our loot, bro?
I see some
What's all
crates.
these crates?
see
Yeah,
crates.
I mean, you would have found a blood maple blade, which was you would have it's an uncommon item. The biggest thing is the book, conjure animals, conjure things. But the blood maple blade is that adds 1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Made with this is pink and wooden dagger. And you can use it to you can use your reaction to regain 1 hit point after you hit with an attack and draw blood. So it's kind of like has some vampire weapon, yeah. Then there's also a sanguine pot, this is sanguine woods. This is a sanguine pot of awakening. Anybody, it's a 10-pound clay pot of sanguine wood soil transforms into a blight in 30 days. So after a month, it would transform into a blight that's friendly to you, and it only obeys your commands. So it's basically like a familiar that's there. Until the blight is destroyed. So it's a one-time use. You'd have a blight, and once the blight is destroyed, you can't regrow anything. It's a one
use item.
The pot cannot grow another blight. Which y'all discover that is why she's probably had some blights in here and things like that, and then you would have found 36 gold pieces, and you would have all made level 2 after this.
Was this technically the end of the one-shot adventure?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Neato. We did okay, man. I'd say so.
Yeah, and there's some cool things. If y'all would have grabbed her, you could have taken her back to the altar, and it would have pulled the
spirit out on the altar.
Spirit out of it, which would have been really cool. If you would have grabbed her, you would have to figure out
a way to do that.
There's not a ritual. If you would have walked outside, you would have seen that as the trickster or whatever is close to the altar beams this light, and it would have extracted it.
It would have literally drawn him out or whatever.
Mm-hmm, correct.
My thought is that I didn't know how many hit points she had, but I was thinking that we could just then have Seer sleep her once the twig lights were done.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get rid of the twig lights if I could, and the thunder wave did it.
Yeah.
Praise Zeus.
So it's some good and really cool thing is that with nice that's a really good effect. And there's multiple ways that as a DM that you can run this. Is that when y'all came in, you could have the door shut where the sidekicks didn't get in, so it's just party time in here.
Yeah.
And so it's just whatever you want it to be. I thought it would be better with having more twig blights than needed, and then you run up and kill them with one fucking sidekick. So
was this a freebie off DM Skills?
Yeah, this is free, and it's made by Bob the World Builder. which he has a YouTube channel out there. So this is his one shot that he did, kind of maybe beginning adventure with people starting to work together. Maybe they all get to level 2.
Nice work, Bob. Nice work. Good job.
Obviously, this is ran through Fantasy Grounds, and the sound and music is from Syrinscape. So everyone that is here, and this is awesome. And then all these the maps were built by me. Just kidding. Yeah, right.
Like, hey, those are nice maps. All right, well, never mind then. Forget it. Get out of here.
But yeah, so I guess I want to, while we have a minute or two here, I always want to do a couple of minutes of what do y'all think of the adventure? How do y'all feel about it? I thought it was pretty good on my end, but
Well done, I have to say.
I mean, would you, as in not how I ran it, like what did you think? It's a simple story. There's multiple ways how you can have.
Simple story. There's multiple routes and stuff. I think some foreshadowing might have been the only thing. It might have been kind of cool. Is like as you proceed through the forest, you start seeing signs of these insects, like maybe the dead insects around, or something like that, to kind of like give some foreshadowing, like, hey, what's going on here? Something is happening, and you're kind of unnerved or creeped out. Maybe you hear things in the forest, but you don't see anything.
Right.
That kind of thing. Maybe a simple random table to show that as you're going through, so that you kind of know something's afoot, and then you see them and you're like, oh, hey, a chance to help them. We really want to see this band play.
Right.
That kind of thing, maybe.
Okay.
That'd be the only thing I might see changed, is some foreshadowing. Can be good to draw the interest or party in.
Jacob?
I thought it was kind of unclear with the entryway, where it was like, what, obviously something's supposed to go on there, but I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be the beetle guts or if it was the sap from the tree, because I think that was kind of a back and forth there for a bit. But,
I did see that you were questioning it, and that's why I was trying to maybe say how I was saying it, because you figured it out. Like but you're like, well, was it on the runes? And I'm like, I was more of trying to figure out a way. It's just like, no, the Icarus needs to be rubbed on there. And I wasn't saying it. I didn't want to say it by just saying that. Instead of, I was just like, that's why I was like, well, they need to be run on the runes. And that's why I was trying to say, no, they're not like apparently on runes. They're just like random smearings. Like this door has been used quite a bit, like in and out type kind of thing.
Yep. No. Cool. Do you have more by Bob, or was this just the?
Oh, this is just was
like
Bob's.
future?
Yeah, I do have. I have more from other creators and things like that. And so, next week will be another one shot with its own thing, its own story, and that's how these are going to work every week. Is that it's its own one story. Some of these are going to be longer than others. So it's really going to see, just you have a time. It's not a rush. I mean, y'all could have messed around the camp for 2 hours. We spent 40 minutes in the camp. And so there's time for it too. I was worried, actually. I actually thought y'all were going to, I was worried if y'all were even get to this point. And then the doorway is a puzzle and you have to figure out. So I wanted to let y'all work that out on your own. But I think, but yeah, every week it's going to be it's different. There might be more. I will always try to announce who the person is on that made the one shot. So you can go find them on. You can find this one on the
DM's Guild.
DM's Guild is there, and as well as and that's DM for Dungeon Masters Guild. You can find this one in there. It's free as well.
So we could probably link to that in the description.
Yeah, I will put a links in the
Down below.
yes on
Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. Woo!
Ring the bell.
So,
Yeah.
Ring that bell.
And I'll be doing my own review onto this one, just my own thoughts and things like that to kind of go through along with this one. So on the definitely give a like, follow on Twitch, give a hit that bell icon and a subscribe on YouTube, so you are announced every time I release things. Like I said, I will be doing my prep for it and showing how I set up the maps and the grids and everything like that. And then here's the live playthrough, so you can check us out every Wednesday on Twitch to watch the live playthrough. And it's a very simple thing. On there, it's going to be 2 hours. Sometimes it'll be 3, but you'll be known before if it's going to push to a 3 hours. Some of the bigger ones that I might want to do just for added time onto that. But thank y'all for joining us, and thank you for checking us out. But that'll be it for tonight. Peace.
Good night.